One thing a lot of fans expected to see in Star Wars The Last Jedi was, of course, the Knights of Ren, a group of individuals that were briefly seen in Star Wars The Force Awakens. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, I really wanted to go over the characters of course, the Knights of Ren. Now, we really know little to nothing about these guys because we only got a short glimpse of them in The Force Awakens, and just yesterday, we learned that they are indeed making a comeback. They are making a return in Star Wars Episode 9. And some of you may be like, Mike, what? A return? They were barely in The Force Awakens. I totally understand that, but they were there for a split second. Now, looking at Episode 9 specifically, alright, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film these past couple of weeks or so when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. Now, when it comes to one of the set designs, what's really intriguing is that the male actors in their 20s who have training in martial arts are dubbed the Knights, are set to film a sequence on set over in Cardington later this month. Now, the set is said to include a large village and dozens of extras dressed as creatures and warriors. The sequence is described as a heavy action scene requiring tons of stunts and wire work, as well as pyrotechnics to create fire and explosions. Other extras who also have training in martial arts will be portraying members of a certain clan that go up against the Knights of Ren. It is said to be a big battle between a group of 6 and 8. This could be a flashback or a scene in present time, it's hard to tell. The set has tons of sand where the tents are placed and certain lighting styles will be used for the scene to create the effect of dusk. One sequence will involve a knight setting a tent on fire, and another sequence will involve another extra dressed as a knight throwing axes at one of the others. So I really wanted to go over a couple of parts here involving the Knights and this mysterious clan that is going to be a part of Episode 9. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this sounds like what we heard in the plot leak back in May of 2018, that Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren would be hunting down Force-sensitive individuals in the unknown regions. Now, that's one thing that a lot of people have been thinking about right now. Are we going to be exploring the unknown regions heavily in Star Wars Episode 9, or is it just going to be a little piece of this movie? Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think that the desert world that we actually will be getting in this movie most likely is going to be Jakku. And I believe that there's a reason to that, with all the rumors and leaks suggesting that we are going to the unknown regions. On Jakku, there is a Jakku observatory, and in there, it actually leads to pathways throughout the galaxy to go to the unknown regions. So without, that, I think that they would have no clue of how to get to certain spots in the unknown regions, because in the Jakku Observatory, it tells you certain hyperspace routes to go. So I think that they could very well be going to Jakku to learn more about that. As far as this Knights of Ren scene goes, this sounds like it could, just could, be the flashback scene that we got in Star Wars The Force Awakens. But the reason as to why I don't think it is because there's no mention of rain in this scene, there's no mention of any kind of rain machines being used. It's more described as a scene that will be shot during dusk, which isn't necessarily at nighttime per se just yet. So looking at everything here, some of the extras are called of this new mysterious clan. Now, if you guys actually are very much involved with the novelization of The Force Awakens, and you guys are into reading the books and the novels and whatnot, you will learn that the guy that Kylo Ren killed in The Force Awakens was actually a clan leader. Now, the fact that he was called a clan leader, and for this sequence, alright, it's going to involve a clan going up against the Knights of Ren, tells me that maybe this is an earlier sequence before that very sequence that we saw in The Force Awakens. Now, the other thing that I do want to go over is, of course, the male actors in their 20s. They're dubbed and, of course, codenamed the Knights, and 2 of them will be doing some amazing things. One of which is setting a tent on fire, the other of which is throwing axes at one of the other extras, dressed as a creature and or clan member / warrior. Now, of course, those axes are probably going to be made of hard foam, so they're obviously not going to hurt the extras there on set. So, with that being said, alright, I still believe that they're using these primitive weapons as a way to provoke their enemies to attack. You know, we've heard that apparently that there are multiple different lightsaber prop pieces on set over there for episode 9, which could indicate that the Knights of Ren will have lightsabers under their coats. After all, one of the concept art pieces for, I believe it was The Force Awakens, if you look at one of the Knights of Ren, you can actually see that they do wield a lightsaber blade, an actual hilt hanging from their belt. So I don't think that J.J. Abrams is going to disregard that. I think that we're honestly in for a surprise when it comes to the Knights of Ren using actual lightsabers. Because how would Rey honestly, even consider that a fair battle, right? If Rey's going to go up against the Knights, she should be able to take them out single-handedly if they have no lightsabers on them. So with that being said, guys, I would really love to hear what you have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.